Today, we're going to talk about one tank that I have, how to say that, like, I have avoided playing, I guess is the best way to say, for pretty much 7 years, maybe even more than 7 years. And there is absolutely no reason for it, and why I was actually kind of mad yesterday when I started playing on it and started to 3-mark it at, like, what the hell I have been doing? What the hell was I thinking? Not playing with Udes 1516. Because I do know, guys, that many of you guys are loving this tank. That it is actually many of you guys' favorite tank to play with. You have been requesting it, but for some reason it has never called my name. Like never called my name. Even though the name Udes is like Udes, you know, it's a miracle that I haven't played it, and it's not my channel's iconic tank. But yeah, so yesterday we had on the stream a challenge to 3-mark this vehicle, and when I started playing it, you know, there are some things which I know I am not going to be a huge fan of. For example, the Hydropneumatic suspension. To me, this has always been, no matter which tank, STB, well, STB it's a little bit better because it has better base compression, or you know, the Type 71, the heavy tanks, Hydropneumatic suspension heavy tanks, like it has never been a good a feature or mechanic for me, because it makes the gun depression and the fast snapshots and so on the reach lines quite clunky. You know, if you have played with those, you understand what I mean, right? But it is something you can get used to, and then you do not see it that much, then you do not think about it that much, and it, you know, comes more naturally. At least this is what happened to me. You know, after roughly 10-15 battles, first battles, I didn't think about it that much, about this, you know, negativity of this vehicle. But the overall package of the Udes is actually very, very nice. Now, over here in this replay, we are slapping some damage, nice shots over here, the gun handling is working and everything. And by the way, the outlines, what you're not seeing on the replay, this is just replay bug. Like, I'm not shooting tanks through objects or anything. It's simply many times on replays or in replays it doesn't show the outline when you are shooting at the enemy vehicles when they are behind the bushes or even in front of you, you know. But there are a couple things which are still, you know, pretty bad about the Udes. For example, let's talk about the shells. You know, it has a nice selection of shells. It has APCR, it has heat, it has high explosive. They all can do some work. Even the HE, you know, having 60 penetration, 530 damage, it's quite solid. The APCR, however, is kinda bad, let's say, because it has, for APCR shell, it has low velocity. It has 1000 meters per second shell velocity. Yes, I guess it is because of the higher alpha. It has 440 juicy alpha damage, which on a medium tank is very, very nice. And when 7 years ago they released it, it was not very common to have high alpha on medium tanks as well, right? You know, think about 7 years back, how World of Tanks was back then. And 1000 meters per second shell velocity for APCR, you know, not something you can brag with. And overall, the shell velocity numbers are not very good. The heat has 840 and high explosive has 680, if I remember correctly. So having a cruise skill which boosts your shell velocity is quite handy on this vehicle. Another thing which I noticed a lot was how much this tank actually burns from the front, you know, because of this weird shape of the vehicle. It really likes to burn quite a bit. So this is why I do not know, I do have the mode which shows the equipment in the battle, but it is not showing over here. Well, overall it seems like this replay is pretty bugged. But I have the experimental hardening, which pretty much fixed the engine fire. Yes, your fuel tank and stuff gets damaged, but you are not going to be set on fire with every third shot into your fuel tank with experimental hardening, so that definitely is helping you out quite a lot. I have experimental hardening, stabilizer, and rammer. I'm sacrificing some mobility and not using ventilation for maxing out the view range and so on Udes, just for good gun handling, good DPM, and also the protection with extra hit points, extra track health, and the fuel tank is the most important thing over here. And I instantly noticed the difference how it burns when I'm using my secondary build, which is a full scout build, because Udes actually comes with very nice camo. View range 390, doesn't have 400 view range, but it has very nice camo. And if you stack up the camo for the scouting build for some maps, for some matchmaking situations, combos, let's say, then I was being set on fire very, very often actually. So having a fire crew also helps you out with that. Even though you do not burn with your main setup, or I didn't burn with my main setup, but the CVS setup over here did like to burn quite a bit. Unlucky last shot, we were not able to cross 7,000 damage over here, but let's try again in the next fight. So solid ace tanker, 6,900 damage done, some assistance as well, blocked the shot, and overall not bad. But next up, let me show you that there are battles, many battles, where DPM does not matter that much, right? For example, we have this one over here on highway, where I have, this time the mode is working. You can see my setup. We have low noise exhaust, we have go to the optics, and we have CVS. So CVS, one of the most broken equipment units in this game, on the medium tank especially, and arguably, it's like game breaking as well, to be honest with you guys. But this just goes to show that there are battles, and I had multiple of those, by the way. I didn't actually know which one to showcase to you, where, I was using this setup and still doing a lot of damage. We had over 10k combined games with 6k plus damage done as well, with CVS once again. When the battle is, let's say, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, then the CVS just helping you to, or the scouting build, let's say, helping you to outspot enemies and helping you to stay hidden while you are doing the damage is key, because you save your hit points, you can use them in the late game, and then you can slap them anyway. And having, once again, 440 alpha makes this tank quite a nice tank when you are just able to do one shot of damage in some cases. So in this battle we could have easily played in the city or on the city side as well, southeast corner, but I was just looking at the matchmaking that there is one light tank, there are a couple medium tanks, and I decided to come over here in the north with a CVS, having one light tank. EBR versus EBR, this could give us opportunity to outplay them over here in the base. And hello, Wild FE 4005, quickly switching to HE, but no penetration, sadly. But we are completely huddled down over here. Another shot goes in. I have 2 high explosive rounds. Maybe I should actually carry a couple more, because 60 penetration with 500 plus damage is not bad, and there are many soft targets over there. I'm trying to spot the FE45 without putting myself into too big of a risk. I was willing to go out over here, because if you pay attention, every single tank has been spotted in this match, and there is only FE4005 spotted in the base. So most likely this guy getting slapped, this guy getting spotted, was pulling back and was not aiming in yet. So this Progetto 65, hoping that Patton is able to deal with it, and Patton was able to deal with that guy. Patton had very nice position over the Progetto, and now looking for FE45. Oh, hello, there you are, and we were able to pick this guy up. So once again, every single tank over here has been spotted. So we are in no massive risk receiving any shots by pushing in. You know, there are a couple tanks like Batchat that has not been seen for some time. Maybe they reposition back. We got a huge map control by winning the North. It was 2 versus 2, me and Patton versus the 121B and Progetto, plus the sniping support as well. Our FE was not securing, but, you know, supporting us from the rear. There is VZ, and once again, no outline shown over here. I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, fixing replays, fixing outlines and replays is not Wargaming's #1 priority, as it shouldn't be, actually, right? As it shouldn't be. This is more of our issue over here. 183 has been spotted. That's actually very good. That was very good information. This guy was missing for quite some time. I really wanted to know where this 121 not 121, sorry, where this FE215B 183 is before I'm going to push in. I really do not want to get slapped by 183. I have been getting slapped by 183 and they are quite easily able to penetrate you. Or if they hit you, many times they do like 900 plus no penetration damage to you as well with their Hesh splashes. So scary tank, let's say, scary tank to face over here. We have Patton in the enemy base pushing in. We have FE45 pushing in actually as well. 183 just fired. TVP is going in. He's taking one shot. Is this guy able to get the artillery? This is 268 shooting. I do a quick snapshot and I get too much gun depression over here, let's say. I get too much gun depression and there it goes. There is the fire, guys. Anyway, I want to say too much gun depression and I hit underneath this guy's hull. And here is the fire. Almost, maybe even in more battles, more than 50% of the battles where I was using CBS and I was taking some damage in the front, I was set on fire. This tank really likes to burn, as I said before. But I was also surprised how much the experimental hardening helps. Even if you put like level 1, level 2 experimental hardening on it, it already helps you quite a bit. So now, this battle, pay attention guys, it is 11-7 right now. They have Griffon back there, they have Batchet back there, they have Type 5 Heavy still alive, who has 6 HP left. E5 bounced and was set on fire by this Type 5 Heavy, and E5 actually died as well, and this Type 5 Heavy bounced my shot. I'm trying to neutralize this Batchet because from that range I don't have HE and heat. From that range I'm not counting on hitting to Type 5's weak spots, so I hope someone else is able to deal with the Type 5 while I have the side of the Batchet, and Batchet is just avoiding and dodging and bouncing and absorbing every single shot over here. Come on, and no, I was not able to. I even switched to APCR because, you know, yeah, heat for tracks and all that is pretty bad. So this was 11-7, and the enemy with couple lucky shots and some patient plays was able to come back to 12-10. And this is actually, if I remember correctly, not where they are going to stop. So now I'm just trying to create a bit sneakier angles. I can see that a random event has happened in the city. Sadly, Batchet spotted me while crossing, or maybe it was actually E4. Yeah, it was E4 who spotted me. I believe so, from the gap. So I wanted to be sneaky. I wanted to surprise those guys over here. Batchet is looking kind of passive. I was not sure if this guy went for the reload or not, but I still decided to peek, decided to take that risk, hoping that this guy maybe went for a reload, but he didn't. E4, we were able to see this opportunity to deal damage to E4, and suddenly it is 12-11, and before my shot it was 12-11 and the hit point difference was only 600, so Suddenly, from a certain win to a very equal battle, actually. I am a one-shot now to every single tank. Luckily, Effie has some hit points. Patchet can take 2 shots as well. And we have very healthy artillery, who, honestly, if you look on the minimap, is doing something very good. Is actually putting on the gap pressure. You know, driving into the gap. Well, props to that artillery who has a keyboard and actually very good, how to say, strategic play, right? To put some extra pressure on the enemies, which could push them to make some more mistakes, like pushing out in the open, and me trying to just pick up some sneaky shots outside the city line. We have 2 tanks inside the city, so I'm just looking for some flanking opportunities when enemies pushing in and getting some shots off like that. Baton is luring together with FE45 that E4 in. 459 hit points on the E4, and nice, that shot goes in. We pick up the frag, 6,721 damage done, some assistance as well. And as I said, you know, this is like no gun handling, no DPM boosting equipment units, but the battle is long enough where even this equipment setup can do quite a decent damage. Griffon, the only tank left. Are we able to get it? I don't think so, right? There is the baton going in, and game is over. Enemy didn't give up at the end, and they were fighting. They were fighting quite some, guys. So with the blind shot, we have 7,128 damage, 2,409 assistance, ace tanker again, and beautiful score, beautiful battle. And very nice tank overall. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Udes 1516 tank, which I haven't played with for 7 years. I had like, I don't know, 30, 40, I can't even remember how many battles on this vehicle after it was released, after it came out. Started with 0 field mods and nothing like that. But yeah, now I can say I regret for not playing it for 7 years. What the hell was I thinking? Anyway, what do you think about this tank yourself? Like it, hate it, don't mind it? What's your thoughts? Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. I catch you next time with something else, guys. Stay awesome, enjoy life, take care, and bye.